Hello and welcome to Zach's Traders Cafe. Today I'm joined by Stefan Bernstein, who's CEO at Greenroc, as you can see from behind him. How are you today, Stefan?
Hello, Zach.
Right, I've just been interviewing a company which apparently, what are the chances of this? Literally just 10 minutes ago, a company which I won't name, but it's apparently very close to you in Greenland. And it seems that Greenland is a great place to be if you are doing what you do. But maybe you can tell us the audience what Greenroc's focus is.
Yes, absolutely. And you're quite right. Greenland is a great place to be in terms of mineral exploration and extraction of critical raw materials. Not only has Greenland a great geology that provides for these type of commodities, but it's also a very pro-mining jurisdiction. And more importantly, almost is that the local population is very supportive of these activities, as I'm sure the other company you talk to can testify to. So quite right. So what we're doing is that we're developing a large world-class graphite deposit towards production. And we're not only producing graphite concentrate from that mine, we are also processing the graphite concentrate into active anode material that is in high demand for the battery production, both in terms of electric vehicles, but also for electric storage systems, with solar parks and what have you.
And so the latest news from your company was the submission of a license. How's that going, or how do you think that will go?
Right. So Greenland recently changed the law as of last year to allow for a faster processing of these type of applications. So instead of looking into years, if not almost a decade in some countries, we are now in a situation in Greenland where they can process the applications at a much earlier stage so that we can achieve the political approval of our project. There's, of course, still some technical work to be done in terms of environmental and social impact assessments and so forth. But those are more like technical reports that have to be prepared. So we submitted our application for the exploitation license in September this year, and I'm really hopeful that it can all be processed within half a year's time. Late winter, early spring next year, we are hopeful that we can have our exploitation permit.
Wow, so that is lightning fast. I mean, that's a big, big difference. And obviously, time is money for companies like yours as well. The market for graphite, I mean, is that something which you're confident about at the moment? How is that going?
So very confident. I mean, China is dominating the market, period. There's no real production of active anode material, graphite active anode material outside of China today. And in fact, a year ago, China established export restrictions on all kinds of graphite. So today, export of graphite has to pass through Beijing and have approval before it can go through, which means that anytime the export of this very crucial commodity for producing batteries can stop. So obviously that shows just how exposed we are in our part of the world. We need to have that domestic supply of graphite. So okay, so that's kind of the bigger picture. In terms of the market, it's so that graphite concentrate today trades at relatively low prices. However, the active anode material is still maintaining the price levels that we have seen over the past years here. So very good price indications. And certainly going forward, because of the need for the electrification, there's no doubt that there will be a shortage of this material, and therefore there will be a high demand. And particularly graphite active anode material produced in our part of the world, with high ESG standards, low CO2 emissions, and also, of course, secure supply chains.
So the secure supply chains also relates to the West, that the sort of the will in the West to wean ourselves off Chinese reliance on Chinese supply.
Exactly, exactly. And I think that will be, or it is already becoming evident. There's a lot of political interest in particularly our project, also for other projects in the critical raw material space, but particularly our project has seen a lot of interest and focus over the past few months just. So what it means is that there are initiatives now being set in place to support projects such as ours to become reality within, to shorten the time, the development time, because they realize that some of the barriers for getting strategic projects or critical material projects up and running is access to capital, particularly in the fluid market that we see today, where all the geopolitical uncertainties and stuff hold investors back from pre-production projects. Then they realize there has to be some kind of public support to get them going. So we see that across Europe and also in the United States today.
Right. So to sort of conclude, you submitted your exploitation license a couple of months ago. What, in general terms, are the news flow points that we can look forward to, going into 2025, apart from hopefully the thumbs up on that?
Well, I mean, that's going to be a major piece of the news. So we applied to become strategic project under the Critical Raw Materials Act, which is a European Commission initiative. That'll be announced in the late winter. There are now also, as I mentioned, these various public initiatives in place. We are being invited to present with the Mineral Security Partnership and the Minvest Group in November and also in December at the Raw Materials Week. So that's part of it. The other part, I think, is something to look forward to, is that we are having a series of discussions now with potential off-takers, both in the battery company space and also with OEMs, car producers. Some of these, you can see some of these car companies, both in Europe and in the United States, have started to make investments in their upstream to make sure that they have the really critical raw materials available when they need them. So I think there's some likelihood that we will at some point will land some kind of agreement. Who knows when, but we're definitely working hard on this.
Well, we look forward to that. In the meantime, Stefan Bernstein, CEO Greenroc, thank you very much indeed.
Thanks, Sam.